My child, in the cartography of the human heart, there exist territories that are forever scarred by the passage of time. Like the palimpsest of an ancient manuscript, our emotions are inscribed with the memories of love and loss, forever leaving their indelible mark. And yet, it is within these very same territories that we find ourselves returning like a moth to the flame, helpless to resist the siren's call of a rekindled flame. But what is it about these reconnections that draws us in, despite the danger of reopening old wounds? As we delve into the depths of this phenomenon, let us not be seduced by the nostalgia and memories that linger. For my child, the truth is far more complex, and the consequences of our actions far more profound. You see, when someone comes back to us after all these years, it's easy to assume that they have finally come to their senses, that they have realized we are the one they want to be with. But my child, that's a naive notion. The reality is often far more sinister. Sometimes people come back to us because they have failed to find what they are looking for elsewhere. They have tried to move on, but their attempts have been met with rejection, disappointment, and heartache. So they come back to us, not because we're the best option, but because we're the easy option. We're the safety net, the fail-safe, the temporary tool to help them cope with their loneliness. And my child, that's a hard pill to swallow. For in that moment, we're not being chosen for who we are, but for who we are not. We're not being chosen for our strengths, but for our weaknesses. Think about it. If someone really wanted to be with you, wouldn't they have stayed with you in the first place? Wouldn't they have fought for you, for your relationship, for your love? But no, they didn't. They left you, and now they're back. And my child, that's not a sign of true love. That's a sign of desperation. A sign that they're willing to settle for mediocrity, for familiarity, for the sake of not being alone. And let's be real, when someone comes back to us, they're not coming back to us alone. They're bringing all their baggage, all their emotional scars, all their tainted experiences. And my child, that's a heavy burden to carry. So I ask you, is it really worth it? Is it really worth reopening old wounds, rekindling old flames just to have someone by your side? Or are you just settling for convenience, for familiarity, for the sake of not being alone? I urge you to think critically, to think about why someone would come back to you after all these years. Is it because they truly love you, or is it because they can't find anyone else? And if it's the latter, then my child, you deserve so much better. You deserve someone who wants you for who you are, not someone who wants you because they can't find anyone else. You deserve someone who will love you with all their heart, with all their soul, with all their might. Someone who will cherish you, honor you, and adore you. Someone who will make you feel like the best version of yourself. So, let's not be fooled by the nostalgia, by the memories, by the warmth of a rekindled flame. Let's see things for what they truly are. Let's be honest with ourselves, and let's move on. Because my child, there's a whole world out there waiting for us. A world full of new experiences, new connections, new love, new friends. And my child, that's a world worth exploring. So let's burn the bridge down completely, and let's move on. Let's find someone who truly loves us, truly wants us, and truly deserves us. Let's find someone who will make us feel alive, who will make us feel seen, who will make us feel heard. Let's find someone who will love us for who we are and not for who we're not. Let's find someone who will cherish us, honor us, and adore us. Let's find someone who will make us feel like the best version of ourselves. And that's a journey worth taking. That's a journey worth fighting for. So let's take the first step and let's move on. Let's move on from the past. Let's move on from the pain. And let's move on from the heartache. I always say, stop searching for love. Start spreading love. And love will eventually find its way back to you. Let's move on and spread love. To dive deeper into intriguing topics like this, click here to watch more and wake up.